The updates on a mother whose son was targeted by HOA leader, and now she's fighting back. Here's the update. She's a brave mother fighting against an HOA that has been harassing her family. Watch.
My name is Ariel, and this week marks 4 weeks since the world found out that my HOA is using community funds to open a legal suit against my 5-year-old son for touching a tree. This is the infamous tree, and this is the branch. She records my son from her home window, and others are allowed to touch the tree, but not Owen. Today, October 21st, 2025, my neighborhood is holding an HOA meeting. Even though it's not about my issues, it's about the budget, I told myself I need to start to attend. Countless neighbors have warned me about the HOA president and how truly awful some of these HOA meetings have been in the past. I read and reviewed the budget all day, and I attended the meeting.
I love it. I love this mother, Ariel. I love that these other members, call them allies. I'd like them to do more than warn her, though. I'd like them to take back the HOA. That's what I'd like. Is there anything more childlike than climbing a tree? I mean, really. I've had kids go on my property and break off flowers. They're just kids. What are they getting? Who cares? Beautiful thing. Give you the update here. Ariel Barner is her name, mother in Florida, has been a prejudicial and discriminatory HOA notice that she has received, resulting in fines after a neighbor filed a complaint about her son playing on a community magnolia tree. Since our last update, she's been continuing her fight. She's posted about the time she attended a recent HOA meeting. So, Ms. Barner wrote the following on Instagram. Okay. And I think it's very relevant. This is what you're using funds for. Tonight, I attended the HOA meeting virtually because our meetings are no longer held in person due to ongoing misconduct between the board and the neighborhood. Even through a screen, rather, I asked one simple question. When the HOA's attorney is used to send legal letters to homeowners, including my family, are those legal costs being paid by all of us, including the families being targeted through our dues? Not one person answered. Instead, the president and vice president openly discussed moving reserve funds for their own projects, admitting they would use their 2 votes to reallocate money without homeowner consent. I spoke up again and again, was ignored. So let's go to some of the questioning now. This is what she asked during the meeting.
My first big question is what you brought up about the reserved funds. Under Florida law, what you were describing as the gates in the front are an operating expense. 2 board members alone cannot vote to use reserved money for the HOA to clean or repaint a post. That money is used for only large expenses. It looks like we are overusing our attorney's fees budgeted line item. So I'm just wondering, is that attorney's fees that overcost? I think we were over like $700. That overcost, is that paid through HOA dues by all the homeowners? And if so, is there any way for you to point me where in our HOA bylaws there are safeguards for us home members? Because that money is being used to send us legal letters or to sue us. We have to know that our money is being used against us in the proper ways per Article 7. So it's crazy that a category is overfunded, but there's no safeguards on file for the homeowners to make sure that the money is being used appropriately against us.
What happened next was basically crickets. Crickets! Thanks for your time. And scene. So she goes on to say, silence will not stop me. This isn't about attention. It's about accountability, fairness. Every parent who refuses to stay quiet when their child's innocence is attacked. I may have been muted in their meeting, but the world is listening now. You know what we are? You are on Indisputable. We've updated the story and we're not letting it go. She's been receiving an outpouring of support online since the story went viral. There's a certain kind of strength that comes from doing life mostly alone, from asking for help, but never really expecting it to come. That's what being a single mother has taught me. But this time, the world paused. People showed up. You loved my family in ways I'll never forget. I don't know a word more powerful than thank you. But please know my heart is forever marked by your kindness. My family is forever grateful. So now the world is coming to her aid. Some of it is, online support. Some of it's other ways saying, don't let this Karen and assist. It sounded like if you watch the full thing on Instagram, sounded like a male Ken was providing the assist there too. Senator, number one, I usually don't like condos and HOAs because if you know anything about the laws, they're really non existent. There's nothing you could do. It's like a dictatorship, right? Very little recourse. You can't really sue. It's just so defined. But the fact that this sweet faced little boy who just is hanging on a tree has her now targeted by this vicious, nasty Karen. And the world now, and this show is coming forward saying, no, no, not today, colonizer, not today.
Right.
I love it. I could feel her thank you. It wasn't just the words.
Yeah. Yeah, I could feel her too. And thank you, Sharon. You laid that out perfectly. And just big ups for Indisputable, doing the types of stories that, but for Indisputable and TYT by extension, would never get this kind of volume and attention. What a shame. Sometimes people sharing, sometimes sharing, people think that Black folks, that we're over exaggerating
Mhm.
when we talk about the macro and the micro aggressions that we have to endure on an ongoing basis. And if it's not us as individuals, like if it didn't happen to you today or it didn't happen to me today, it either happened to somebody we know or somebody we don't know. But what we have in common is our phenotype and our experience in this country. It is a damn shame. It is unfathomable that these grown ape people have nothing else to do but to target a little boy who's a child. The tree ain't complaining. Did the tree call this chick up and say, hey, help me? No, the tree is not complaining, but they care. See, she's the type, those people, they the type of people, they care more about that tree than they care about a human being, even though trees are living, it's a living organism, and we need our trees because they take our carbon dioxide and put oxygen out in the world. So we love our trees. We need our trees. But Sharon, you have to be some kind of sick. I don't even know any other way to describe this. You are miserable and you are sick in your heart. And I got two words: seek help.
Mhm.
Seek
She's unwell.
help because
Unwell.
you are
I
sick.
don't know how you could look at that if we
Be
still have
sick.
the picture of that little boy and feel anything but love, joy, fondness for what was for you. We were all
Yes.
children at some point, and this is your response. And as a mother who wants to protect and
Thank
will
God.
protect, I had one of my friends say, "Well, I hope they don't think you're being difficult," to me yesterday because I was saying I got to protect my daughter on this one.
Yeah.
But that's just what happens. This woman is fighting back, and yet there's going to be people out there saying, "Why don't you just, get along? Just apologize, keep him off the tree." No, let
No,
him
absolutely.
climb, is what I say. You have to push back. There's
That's
too
right.
much acquiescence, and instead, as we just came off of this No Kings rally, I love that we start with this story, Senator. I'll give you the last word because it shows pushback and community.
That's right, Sharon. This is bigger than the tree. This is how Black folks, generation after
Mm,
generation, have had to live. Think about that. And why Black people die at higher rates from, you know,
stress.
heart disease and high blood pressure and just all of the things that take a toll on you psychologically, and then physically, and then spiritually. And the fact that this mother had all kinds of stuff I know she has to do, but she had to carve out some time and some energy and
Mhm.
some courage to say, now I got to set aside all these other things I could be doing to protect my baby. And you know what, Sharon? She's going to be the better for it when this is
Yep.
all said and done. And just thank God for all the people who are reaching out to her, who are lifting her up and showing her the type of love that her and her baby boy deserve. Shame on those people. They sick.
Shane is right. And boy, you hit home when you talked about how people think we're exaggerating. Okay. I think about the things that I've been through, and I'm not putting it, it's nothing. I can handle it. We always know how to handle it. Things
But
that
why should we always have to see, that's the thing.
why?
Why do we always have to
Yeah.
handle it? You know,
I think about your political career and how you inspired so many of us, and knowing some of the things that you had to not just endure but overcome and thrive when the footing from supposed allies is even pulled out from under you.
that's right.
I don't understand why we don't just band together more and say hell no.
Amen to that, Sharon. Hell to the no.